A covered call does not have to be a set it and forget it trade. Once you sell the call, you still have several ways to adapt if the stock price falls or starts ripping higher. And there's a way to manage back into unlimited profit potential if you have more than one covered call. The maximum profit potential on a covered call is only if you hold the trade to expiration and you don't manage it. In this video, I'll walk you through the 4 key ways to manage a covered call position, which is done by rolling. This video assumes you already know the basics of how a covered call works, so we're just going to get right into rolling. If you want an in-depth video that starts from the basics, I linked my covered call masterclass in the description below. The way we manage a covered call position is called rolling. Rolling a covered call position means that we are simultaneously closing the current short call by buying it back and selling a new call option at a different strike price and potentially different expiration. Here's a very simple example. The current position is 100 shares of Intel and a short call option at the 150 strike in the August 2026 expiration with 31 days to go. The call was sold for $16 and is currently down to $2.20 with a very healthy 86% profit on the short call option. An example of rolling would be buying back the 150 call for $2.19 as of this image and then selling the 125 strike call in the same expiration, collecting $5.93. This would be called rolling down. And also notice that we are collecting more money for the option that we're selling as compared to the option we are buying, which creates a credit, meaning we are collecting more cash into our account. When we roll a covered call, we always want to roll for a credit because if we roll for a debit, that means we need to pay money out of pocket to make the adjustment. And that means cash is flowing out of our account. There are many rolling adjustment methods that we're going to walk through and that you need to understand as it relates to the covered call position. The first is rolling down, the next is rolling out, the third is rolling up and out, and the fourth, which is very powerful, is rolling up and out to a partial covered call, which is like an escape hatch to unlimited upside potential. So a lot of people think that when you're selling covered calls, you have capped upside potential, but that's actually not true, because there is a way to adjust your way out of the covered call where you can get back to unlimited upside potential. And that's what we're going to cover in the 4th rolling adjustment. Let's go to the analysis platform and look at examples of all 4 of these rolling adjustment methods. If we have a covered call where we sold the 120 call, an example of rolling down would be buying back the 120 call and selling the 110 call in the same expiration. This is rolling down. So when would you roll down? You would roll down when the stock price decreases after selling a covered call option. In this example, 100 shares of Intel were purchased at 140 and currently the stock is 105. And so the stock is down 25% from the entry, but we can see we sold this 150 call for $16 and it's currently down to $2.19. So we have a $1,381 profit on the short call. If we go to the options chain and we look at the strike prices that are lower than 150, we'll see that the prices are higher if we go to a lower strike price. And that means if we buy back the 150 call for $220 and we go to the 140 call and we sell that for $323, we are going to collect more money into our account, but we will be decreasing the strike price, which we need to be mindful of. So if I right click on the 150 call and hit close, and then I go to the 140 strike and right click that to sell it, this would be an example of rolling down. And in the P&L chart, we can see exactly what this will do to our risk graph. The original covered call is the dashed line, and the new covered call is the solid lines. So we'll see that we are decreasing the strike price, which obviously caps out our max profit at 140 as opposed to 150. And we will collect $104 in credit if we do this roll. So you need to be careful when doing a rolling down adjustment, because if the stock price goes down and then you roll down, and then the stock price rallies back higher, then that will be a suboptimal move compared to simply holding the original covered call. The next method we'll look at is rolling out. An example of rolling out is if we have the 120 covered call in the 30-day expiration cycle, and we buy back that call, and then we sell the 120 call in the 60-day expiration cycle. Since the longer-term call option is going to be more expensive than the shorter-term call option, this means we collect a credit for doing this roll. You might do this if you sell a covered call and the stock price remains stagnant for a period of time. In this example, 100 shares of NVIDIA were purchased at 208. Currently, the stock is just below 207. So not much movement in the stock price, but we have this weekly covered call that we sold for $2, and currently it's down to 15 cents. But let's say you wanted to collect more premium, continue the covered call strategy, but you like the 220 strike price for your next trade. So to roll this out, I can hit right click and hit close, and I could hit cancel since I'm not committing the adjustment just yet. And we go to the 31-day expiration cycle, which means we're going to roll out a month. And if we go to the 220 call, it's currently trading for 425. If I right click this to hit sell, and I'll just change the expiration to the new one, this is what it's going to do to our risk graph. So the overall shape of the covered call is going to stay the same. The new solid line is much higher, and that comes from the credit that we are collecting. If I go down to the adjustment modeling on the left, we are going to collect a $410 credit for making this roll. That's because I'm buying back the 220 call for a total value of $15, and I'm selling the 220 call for $425, therefore collecting $410 in additional credit into my account. And this increases my total profit potential by $410 at every stock price. Let's move on to number 3, which is rolling up and rolling out. So let's say we have our current covered call at the 110 strike price in the 30-day expiration. If we buy back this call and we sell the 120 strike in the 90-day expiration, we will be rolling out because we're going to a further out expiration, but we're also rolling up because we're getting a higher strike price. Now, typically when you do this, you will only do this if the new call that you're selling is collecting more credit than what you're paying out for buying the original call option. I have this example in Robinhood where Robinhood stock was purchased at $100 a few weeks ago, and I have this short 115 call with just over a month left to go that was sold for $6 a few weeks ago. So we can see the stock position is up over $1,500, but the call option is down $540 because the stock price has gone way up since selling this call option. There's a way we could manage this trade to give ourselves way more profit potential to the upside. And we can do that by rolling up and rolling out. This means we would close our current 115 call option by buying it back while simultaneously selling a new call option at a higher strike price and further out expiration for more than we're paying to close this option. And that means we will have to sell the new option for more than $11.40. If we do that, we will make the roll for a credit and we will collect additional cash into our account and we will extend our upside on the trade. So normally you'd have to go to a further out expiration. For example, let's go to September 2026 and let's look for an option that is trading for more than $11.40. We can sell the 120 strike price for $12.32. This only gives us an additional $5 of upside since we're only extending the strike price by an additional $5. If we wanted to roll to an even higher strike price, then we'd have to go further out in time, such as to the 3-month expiration. Now we can see we could sell the 125 strike call for $12.97 and still collect a credit for that roll. But there's an easier way that I built into the platform where we can analyze all of the rolls we can make for a credit in a matter of seconds. All I have to do is right click on the call option and hit Call Roll Analyzer. When I do that, this tells me all of the strike prices and expirations I can roll to for a credit. And it also gives me additional information such as how far out of the money the new strike is, how much upside I'm adding, and how much max profit I'm adding to the trade. So if I only want to roll to a maximum of 150 days to go, then I can put that into this input field here. And I could also put in a minimum credit of say $100, and this will limit my options as well. Then maybe I sort by percent out of the money. So this tells me I could roll to the 135 strike in the expiration that adds 91 days to the trade. I'll collect a $205 credit, and I will add $2,200 of max profit to this covered call. I can then just left click this row and it will show me all of the comparison details between the current call and the new call. So I'm rolling the 115 call to the 135 call, adding 91 days to the trade. And we can see my original call is $11.40 and the new call that I'm selling is $13.45, which gives me a $205 credit. I can then hit Simulate Roll, and this adds this to the P&L chart for me to visually analyze. The dashed lines are my original covered call position, which caps out at a max profit when the stock price is above 115, which is my original short call strike. But then the new solid lines show my new covered call position where I have way more upside and my max profit caps out with the stock price above 135. In the last method, we're looking at rolling up and rolling out to a partial covered call. Now you can only do this if you have more than one covered call. So if you just have 100 shares of stock and one short call option, Unfortunately, you can't use this method, but if you have more than one covered call, such as in this example where we have 1,000 shares of stock and 10 short calls, then you can use this method to effectively reduce the number of short calls that you have against your 1,000 shares of stock, which will give yourself unlimited upside and be somewhat of an escape hatch from the covered call strategy. So let's look at how this works. Currently, Robinhood is at 106.31, and we are short the 100 strike calls expiring in 1 month. Now, let's say some news came out with Robinhood and now you're super bullish and you think there's going to be a lot more upside in the stock, and you don't want to be trapped in this capped profit potential position. What you can do is you can buy back your original calls, and then you can sell a smaller quantity of longer term call options for a credit. This works best when you're rolling out to a much longer term expiration, because those options are going to be much more expensive, and it's going to allow you to decrease your quantity by a larger amount. So let me give you an example of what I mean. First, I'm going to right click on the short calls and hit close, and this is going to cost me $13,100 if I were to just close these by themselves. Now what this means is I need to collect more than $13,100 for selling a smaller quantity of call options. So if I hit cancel, and I'm gonna go to the 331-day cycle, which is June 2027, and let's go to the 115 strike, since these calls are trading for $27.35. This is twice the price of the current calls that I'm buying back, and this means I can sell 5 of these contracts and I will collect a credit. So if I right click the 115 calls and change the quantity to 5, and now I change the expiration that we're looking at to the longer term one, this is what it's going to do to our risk graph. If I scroll down on the left to the adjustment modeling panel, it says that I'm collecting a $575 credit. That's because for the new call options, I'm collecting $2,735 per contract. If I multiply that by 5, then that means I am collecting $13,675 for selling 5 contracts of these 115 calls in June 2027. And I'm paying $13,100 for buying back my current 10 contracts of the 100 strike. So that leaves me with a $575 credit. This is a totally valid move to make, and as we can see in the P&L chart, this leaves me with a partial covered call position because I will have 1,000 shares, but now I will only have 5 short call options against my shares. And this leaves me with 500 shares that are completely uncapped to the upside, leaving me with unlimited profit potential. Now, of course, the 5 short calls that do exist are at the 115 strike with a year to go. So it's very likely that these 115 calls could expire in the money since they're so close to the stock price with so much time left until expiration. This is a short section from my covered call masterclass. So if you want to watch that full video and learn everything you need to know about trading the covered call strategy, then watch this video next. Thank you for watching. My name is Chris from Project Option, and I will see you in the next video.